Welcome to the Herb Manti podcast, where I am your host, Herb Manti, and today's topic is going to be about licorice root and its anti-cancer properties, among other things. But that's the main focus for today. And on the screen here, you see naturally harvested licorice root. And after they clean it up, dry it, etc., you get something like this. Store ready licorice root. And I believe these are the flowers or the aerial parts of the plant. And then further to the right is cut and sifted. So today I'll be getting my information from the National Library of Medicine yet again. Let's get it. So cancer is a prominent root of fatality in ailments worldwide. It is now the world's second most significant cause of mortality. Cancer cases are forecasted to move up speedily in coming decades due to advancements in the style of living and changes in demeanor such as obesity, smoking, physical inactivity, and reproductive pattern. Yeah, people are just getting lazy. I know my generation is getting lazy. The generation after is getting lazy. The generation before didn't want to help the generation now. My generation become not lazy. So yeah, definitely inactivity. When you're inactive, you start to make your lymphatic system become sluggish. Your lymphatic system is your main immune system. If that goes down, everything else will start to follow very, very quickly. In addition, economic development and urbanization are a few causes of various cancers. So I'm assuming they're talking about maybe more so chemical, but nah, I'm not sure. Never mind. Extensive use of chemotherapy and drug resistant at an alarming rate is the cause of tumors failing to respond. Therefore, natural products are getting popular as anti-cancer agents to treat drug-resistant malignancies due to their lack of adverse effects, high anti-tumor property, low toxicity, and specific multi-targeting activities. Licorice is a primarily used Chinese herb. Chinese herb, huh? Do Americans like using Chinese herbs? I'm just curious. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. It's generally practiced in the medication of liver, gastric or stomach, and respiratory disorders, and mitigate the toxicity provoked by other herbs in TCM or traditional Chinese medicine. Licorice is one of the most extensively examined herbal drugs. It has solid pharmacological properties. I didn't do a mic check, so hopefully everything is sounding pretty good. 300 flavonoid monomeric compositions were singled out, and let me read it out. 300 flavonoid monomeric compositions were singled out in licorice in the last 10 years. Flavonoids are the main effective constituent extracted from rhizomes and the roots of licorice. I didn't pre-read this. Usually I like to read it beforehand before I record, but today I just kind of jumped all into it. Several studies have exhibited that these compounds contain properties that suppress the expansion of cells derived from different cancers. I'm going to read that again. Several studies have exhibited that these components contain properties that suppress the expansion of cells derived from different cancers. So they're talking about the flavonoids. So the different cancers they're talking about are gastric cancer, breast cancer, and melanoma. One of the most active components in the roots of, that's the botanical name. Make sure I pronounce that right. I'm going to throw it out here. Glycyrrhiza. Riz? Hold on. Riz, not charisma. Not charisma. Oh, let's see how to pronounce that. Never knew until now. Let's see what we got here. Oh, it's not pop. Hold on. Press play. Oh, it's going to send me to YouTube. Or I found a way to pronounce this word. How to say? Maybe I gotta call. Here we go. Julian. No, I'm not getting it to pop up. Give me a second here. Nope. Record on it. All right. Let's get out of images and go to the web browser. And here we go.
I want to be rich.
Wishing for more money?
Yeah.
All you need is your phone.
We're not going to watch this ad. This is a Geico ad. Let's skip it. All right. Oh, this is Emma saying. So it's going to be a chick saying it.
Glycyrrhiza.
Glycyrrhiza. Oh, if it was Glycyrrhiza, it would have been a rap.
Glycyrrhiza.
Glycyrrhiza glabra, I believe. Glycyrrhiza.
Glycyrrhiza.
Pronounce. Don't want to get a copyright strike. Yeah, we got Glycyrrhiza as it. I'm just going to say glabra. Close enough, right? Glycyrrhiza glabra. All right, one of the most active components in the roots of Glycyrrhiza is isolicoritiginin. Hold on, let me. I promise you, man, these words are something else. But I had this prepared already.
Isolicoritiginin.
Isolicoritiginin. All right. One of the most active components in the roots of Glycyrrhiza is isolicoritiginin, or ISL. Look at that, an abbreviation, ISL, that has shown direct inhibitory impact on malignancies such as cervical, hepatoma, colon, breast, prostate, and other types of cancers. ISL can also inhibit multi-stage carcinogenesis processes by promoting progression, formation, and migration by promoting cell cycle apoptosis, autophagy, anti-angiogenesis, and other actions. So carcinogenesis is the complex process where normal cells transform into cancerous cells. So it inhibits that. It can inhibit apoptosis, which is programmed cell death. Autophagy, self-eating, is your body's natural cellular recycling system, breaking down old, damaged cell parts and pathogens, then reusing the building blocks of energy for energy and new structures. Anti-angiogenesis is a treatment strategy primarily for cancer that stops tumors from forming new blood vessels. So basically, it can be used to stop the transformation of normal cells into cancer cells, supports your body's natural recycling system, speed up the process in cancer cell death, and stop tumors from forming new blood vessels. Again, we're talking about licorice root, specifically ISL. I'll call it ISL. I am not an expert in pronouncing these words. All right. In addition, licorice root's licorice's anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and antibacterial activities have been related to various human health benefits in pharmacological investigations. Studies have shown that the 12 licorice flavonoids inhibited cancer cell proliferation, or rapid increase in numbers, by suppressing the cell cycle at different phases and causing apoptosis. Also, we have lycochalcone, also lycochalcone A, also known as LA, not to be mistaken with Los Angeles. Let's go ahead and get the correct pronunciation for this one right here. Type in that pronounce next to it. Let's see if I can get Julian on here. Screen kind of blown up. Let me reduce that. Nope, not going to get Julian. However,
Lycochalcone.
it just kind of slapped me in the face. Lycochalcone. All right, lycochalcone A, also known as LA, a flavonoid found in licorice, has anti-cancer properties. Lycochalcone A showed anti-cancer activity by activating, and I put ... Not sure what it activated there, but however, this is from the National Library of Medicine. So lycochalcone A showed anti-cancer activity. In another study, LA stopped cell cycle advancement and enhanced cognitive function, so great for the brain, or has some benefit towards your brain. In a study, now skipping over that. All right, effect on human cervical cancer. The fourth most prevalent cancer in women is cervical cancer worldwide, and it kills about 250,000 individuals every year. ISL shows their anti-cancer activity by inducing intrinsic apoptosis in HeLa cells. So I thought this was interesting. So more about HeLa cells. In 1951, Henrietta Lacks, a 31-year-old African-American woman went to Baltimore's Johns Hopkins Hospital to be treated for cervical cancer. Some of her cancer cells began being used in research due to their unique ability to continuously grow and divide in the laboratory. These so-called immortal cells were later named HeLa cells after the first two letters, H-E in Henrietta and L-A, lacks first and last name. So it's H-E-L-A or HeLa cells, also known as immortal cells. So if you ever want to feel immortal, just call on HeLa, right? ISL therapy reduced cell growth and enhanced apoptosis in HeLa cells and cancer cells. And that looks like a tongue twister. In an in vivo experiment. Say that real fast 3 times. In an in vivo experiment, ISL increased anti-cancer efficacy and reduced micronucleus production of DNA strand breaks in mice. Results concluded that ISL could be an encouraging option to limit and treat cervical cancer. And then ISL effects on breast cancer. In ER-positive breast cancer, or ER-positive breast cancer means cancer cells have estrogen receptors. So ER-positive breast cancer, hormone treatment or aromatase, and this is an enzyme that converts androgens like testosterone into estrogens. Inhibitors are often used. Aromatase inhibitors may limit the conversion of testosterone to estrogen, which may have tumor-suppressing effects. Many previous studies have suggested that ISL may act as an aromatase inhibitor due to its mechanism of action. See, did I? I didn't put the summary in here. Okay. It is what it is, right? So, effect on colon cancer. Now, I forgot to mention, the whole reason I am doing a episode on licorice root is to see what makes licorice root beneficial in using it for prostate cancer. And this is because of a prior episode I made about PC-SPES, basically a herbal formula that can help to increase the quality of life in prostate cancer patients. Apparently, there was more studies that need to be done to back the claim that it can help increase the quality of life. But based on the studies that were done, it was pretty effective. And it was only a study of 16 men, I believe. So, I mean, what's 16 compared to billions, right? But still, that's a start for sure. So, licorice, the effect on colon cancer. Let's see here. A study was conducted, and the findings of these researchers suggested that the inhibition of the enzyme 11-BHSD2 may be the potential treatment alternative in CC or colon cancer, and further studies could be done. I believe this is glycyrrhitic acid. Go ahead and say that for you. Let them say it for you on the screen. That way. Also, I'm going to put a link to this article in the description. That way you guys can go back and reread it, because I am not doing a great job at pronouncing these words. Tell you what. But hey, that's why you have Google. Here we go. All right, and 3, 2, 1.
Glycyrrhitic.
Glycyrrhitic?
Glycyrrhitic.
Glycyrrhitic acid. That's what we're rolling with, huh? Glycyrrhitic acid. And flavonoids are recognized to suppress 11-BHSD2. In these circumstances, cortisol can lead to inhibiting tumorigenesis, also known as carcinogenesis, giving licorice its anti-tumor activity. As a result, licorice extract might be used as an anti-cancer and chemo-preventative agent. So, licorice root has anti-cancer, anti-tumor activity, according to, well, at least in colon cancer, that is. Oh, a study was conducted to examine the anti-cancer properties of licorice root extracts and ginger, and the synergistic effects of management of taken together in vitro and in vivo. The study found that a synergistic combination of licorice and ginger extracts can reduce colon cancer development and boost apoptosis. As a result, future clinical trials can employ the created combination. Now, when I first started doing research about cancer, or just for my episodes. Apoptosis was the first word that I was not too familiar with. I wouldn't say not too familiar with, but I was like, what is apoptosis? Programmed cell death, yeah. So you program the dying of the cells. Had to go back in my notes and look that up. Programmed cell death. All right, yeah. So the study found that synergistic combination of licorice and ginger extracts can reduce colon cancer development and boost apoptosis or programmed cell death. As a result, future clinical trials can employ the created combination. So start mixing licorice root and ginger. Okay, ISL was found to be an effective antioxidant against agent to limit and treat colon cancer. It impacts, ISL impacts not just the metabolic system, but also tumor development by inducing apoptosis and autophagy. All right. So licorice root for the win in colon cancer. I know licorice root also has demulcent properties, so it can help to. That's why it has its anti-inflammatory property. So demulcent is just means that an herb can contain a mucilage substance similar to the mucosal membrane, or similar to what your mucous membrane secrete to help smother out or reduce inflammation in the bowel walls or the entire gastrointestinal tract. Similar to marshmallow root is another demulcent, as well as slippery elm bark is another great one too. All right, so we got pancreatic cancer. Pancreatic cancer kills thousands of individuals every year throughout the world. It continues to be a dangerous illness that requires immediate care due to its low overall survival rate. Early diagnosis and efficient treatments are two of the biggest hurdles in the fight against cancer. Lycocalcone. Why did it sound like Falcon Punch? Lycocalcone, a major phenolic component isolated from licorice root, might have precautionary or curative potential against pancreatic cancer. So they want to isolate it. Just use the whole thing, but whatever. I'm not the scientist back there, right? But okay, effect on prostate cancer. We finally made it, right? Prostate cancer is the most common non-cutaneous or not related to the skin cancer among men. Radiation therapy, androgen deprivation therapy, and combination chemotherapy are the most common conventional therapies for prostate cancer. In recent years, herbal therapies have been commonly used in Western countries. According to a recent study, prostate cancer cells were significantly inhibited in ISL in dose-dependent manner. ISL inhibited cell cycle progression in human and rat prostate cancer cells, resulting in anti-tumorigenic effects. So going back to that flavonoid, or the component of licorice root, ISL. And that would be the reason why the licorice root was used in that prostate cancer formula. I'm going to read some toxicological effects of licorice root and then tie it back into the PC-SPES that I mentioned episodes ago. Some studies have shown that the toxicity of licorice, depending upon the dosage and duration, the root of the Glycyrrhiza glabra. So licorice root, the botanical name is Glycyrrhiza glabra. Plant is used to derive the licorice, which has a mineral corticoid-like action and contains the herbal component glycyrrhizic acid. Chronic licorice consumption causes a condition comparable to primary hyperaldosteronism. Excessive licorice consumption can lead to hypermineroid corticoidism, a condition marked by salt retention, hypokalemia, hypertension, metabolic alkalosis, hypoaldosteronism, and low renin activity. Hopefully I didn't butcher all that, but hot dog. I'm so used to saying, oh, they cause high blood pressure. No, it can do a lot more than that. Salt retention. All right, so let me go back to the PC-SPES to let you know all the herbs that was listed in that. Here we go. Herbal combination improves quality of life for prostate cancer patients. Go ahead and get that open for you. Yep, and all of the herbs that were included in that formula were chrysanthemum flowers, reishi mushroom, licorice root, dyer's woad, sanchi ginseng, rhabdosia, backwood skullcap root, and look like wan quin. Oh, and saw palmetto fruit. That's a big one as well. All right, well, I hope you liked today's podcast. If you liked the episode, go ahead and head over to patreon.com/HerdmanT and become a paid Patreon member today. If you don't want to, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I got more episodes coming out. The goal is to have them twice a week. Well, ultimately 7 days a week. Well, right now, once a week. Then I'll work it up to twice a week, and I'll see where it goes based on what I got going on here. But until next time, peace.